in 2005 by a small but dedicated group of individuals, founded the organization A Voice for Hope in order to raise awareness of oral head and neck cancer. Their mission to prevent oral head and neck cancer is built upon the foundation of three simple platforms: early detection saves lives, prevention through education, and advocacy and collaboration. After a slow start, the organization picked up momentum in 2006 when it began offering free cancer screenings at events around Atlanta. But an occurrence involving a NASCAR driver in 2006 helped spark the interest from fans to participate in this program. Charles Robert Hamilton Sr., more commonly known as Bobby Hamilton to his friends and fans, had what some would call an unremarkable 15-year career as a driver in NASCAR's Top Series. 4 wins, 20 top 5, and 67 top 10 finishes in 371 races may not be the stuff of legends, but something in his makeup made him a favorite with the fans. It was devastating when it was announced in 2006 that he had been diagnosed with neck cancer. He drove that night in the Craftsman Series truck race before starting therapy the following Monday. Bobby Hamilton died on January 7th, 2007 of neck cancer. But that wasn't nearly the end of his influence on NASCAR fans and a society as a whole. From that day to present, members and volunteers for A Voice for Hope have provided free head and neck cancer screenings for thousands of NASCAR fans and during Relay for Life events. Greg Walters, Vice President of Sales for the Atlanta Motor Speedway, helped to get the initiative off the ground.
I guess about 7 years ago now, basically they've been approached by the Yul Brynner Foundation about possibly doing some screenings out here with the demographic with the NASCAR. And we realized that there was just not enough awareness for the potential of head, throat, neck cancer. It was simultaneous that Bobby Hamilton announced that he had cancer. And so it was like all of a sudden, wow, this is very relevant. It made it very real to the NASCAR community that one of its beloved stars had been affected by it.
Once the effort to raise awareness was underway, it was time to support the effort with an addition of screening for the early symptoms of head, throat, and neck cancer. That effort came by chance with Edie Hapner, a speech-language pathologist and professor at Emory University, through a comment from her husband, Steve.
I've been doing head and neck cancer screenings during a week called Oral Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Week for years. And it just never really was fulfilling because we couldn't get the message out to the public. So truthfully, my husband was involved in NASCAR, and he said, why don't you take your message to people that need it? Atlanta Motor Speedway was wonderful enough to allow us to come here and to support our efforts, and we've been here since 2006.
The effort is not designed to diagnose cancer on the midway of a NASCAR race, but it is doing a tremendous amount of good.
Well, you know, you can't diagnose cancer on a 15 by 30 piece of concrete, but we can find concerning signs. The thing about mouth and throat cancer is that it's very, very curable if found in the early stages. Coming here at the track, it's a little less intimidating. There's no white coats. We make it a little more fun, and then we help them if we find something.
The process was put in place to not be judgmental about the use of products that lead to head, neck, and throat cancer, but to make sure that people who use them are able to look for the warning signs that accompany the use of those products. The doctors find out that any of the patrons have signs that point to a need to see a doctor. They do have a way to follow up, make sure the patrons do what is necessary to find out about their health status.
I give out my personal number and they just call me. One way or another, we're getting in touch. You know, if we're going to screen, we're obligated to help them get care if we find something we're nervous about.
The mere fact that interests and examinations increase every year is a sign that the program is working in the way it was intended. But when dealing with professors and healthcare professionals, there needs to be some hard evidence backing up that the program is effective.
What we found is that actually the screening itself has helped people reduce their tobacco smoking. We've published an article on that, about 14%, which is, you know, it's great because we all know how hard it is to quit smoking. So if we can get that education piece out here to people and say, look, these are the things you have to worry about, we're thrilled because we're educating the public about something they don't know about.